Hello mates, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if you are new to this channel, you're very much welcome. In today's tutorial, it will be about how to sew this beautiful bustier blouse that I'm putting on. So this is the inspiration and this is my outcome. So if you haven't seen the part 1 of this video, so there's a part 1 to this video. If you haven't seen the video, I will pin it down in the comment section, so you can just go to the comment section and you will see the link. So if you haven't seen the part 1, please watch the part 1, but this is the second part, which will entails the cutting and the sewing of this beautiful outfit. So if this is a tutorial you're interested in, please like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get right into the video. Welcome back, guys. So these are some of the materials I used, because some are not here, but I will tell you what they are. So the first thing here is my lace or a net fabric. So I'm using a net or a lace fabric. So because I'm using that kind of material, we need an underlay. So this is a doll face satin, and I'll also be using it as my lining. So it will serve as my underlay and also my lining. So this is a wadding, which I'll be using to pad my bust, and this is an ST, which I'll be adding to the bridal satin just to thicken the fabric. So this is a plastic boning. Some other materials I use that are not here are a nude net, a skin net, a crepe fabric, and also the eyelets that I use for the hole at the back. So now let's start with the cutting. So this is my pattern for my yoke. So I did not add much allowance to this because the material is kind of stretchy, so I just add a little bit there because the material will stretch. So I hope you get. So that was what I add to that part. So these are my yoke for the front. So this is what the yoke for the front looks like. So this is the net I cut out, the skin net, and this is what it looks like. So for the neck area, I cut exactly what I have here, and I just added the joining space at the lower part there. That's without neckline side. So that's what I had. So this is the other side. Like I said, at this edge here, that's where the scallop edge from your lace fabric will be. So the scallop edge on my lace fabric is not that much, as you can see that it's just like a straight line. So that's how the edges is. So if you are using a lace that has more edges, like the edges are more defined, so that will be also nice. But this is what my own edges looks like, and as you can see that the edges is at the tip over here. So this is the second part of the yoke, and this is how it will look like. So when you place it on the background net, which is your skin net, so this is what it will look like. So please make sure that you use a background net, like a skin net, so that it can blend, because if you look at the intro, the net blended well with my skin. You won't even know that there was a net there until you move very close to me. So make sure you pin this down to the net. So pin it down, so just keep that aside. So this is my sleeve. I went ahead to cut it, then I added my sewing allowance to the side. So this is what we have. So this is the front. I went ahead to cut the lace, and for the underlay, as you can see that I've attached the underlay to the lace, and this other one that I'm placing on it is the lining, and I added stay to it. So as you can see, there's an underlay under this net, and this is the lining. So I added stay to it. You can use an air stay or a paper stay. So me, I made use of the two. Like some parts were with air stay while other parts were with paper stay. So as you can see that I've added my breast part to this breast area. So if you want a video on how to pad your bustier, I have a video on it. So you can just let me know in the comment section and I'll send you the link. So I've cut out the wording at that area and I've attached it to it. So now I'll go ahead and pin. So when you are pinning, start from the lower parts. And because the edge of our blouse is a V shape, make sure that you align the edge very well, so that when you join, the V will just continue. I hope you get. So this is the back, and I made a little correction to this pattern, just a little amendment to the pattern. So because I want to use an eyelet hole, so I reduced this pattern. I labeled one, so I'll show you what I did to it very soon. But this is what it looks like. As you can see that I've cut out the lace and also the lining, and I've added the underlay to the lace, and I've also added stay to everything. So what I did was to measure 1 inch inward like this, because the part for the eyelet hole at the back is 1.5. So I just measured 1 inch here, 1 inch on the pattern. I'll show you guys very soon, so just keep watching. So this is what it looks like right now. So this is what this tiny part looks like. So what I did was to cut away 1 inch from this eyelet pattern. We've taken out some inches because of the lacing we'll be doing at the back. So what I did was to take out 1 inch again here. So for this other pattern, I now cut it out for the main fabric and I added the sewing allowance. But for this one now, I place it on another fabric, which is a crepe fabric. Then I cut this out. So this is about 2 inches. So when I sew with half inch, I'll be left with 1.5 inches, which will be for my boning and for the eyelets. I hope you understand this. So I'll go ahead and just pin together so that I don't mix anything up. Let me just pin now. So I'll pin this together. This is how this one will be. So I'll also pin the other side. So for this part here that the eyelets will be, so this fabric is 2 inches on fold. So when you open it up, you have 4 inches because we need 1.5 inches. So when we now sew that 2 inches, we get 1.5. I hope you understand. So let me explain again. This part here that has that we hold the eyelet, so it is what I have here is about 2 inches. So when I join with to the other side of the back, I will have 1.5, and 1.5 is enough for me for the eyelet and other stuff. Like I said, it is folded and I added stay to it. So this is the front. I went ahead to join the main fabric together, that is the lace together. So this is the net, and I'll be attaching the net to the bustier. So to attach a sweetheart neckline to the bustier, you have to notch. So what I usually do is to notch the center a little bit, very close to half inch, because I'll be sewing this with half inch. So you will notch that like that, so that when you want to sew, you can easily open up that center and you can easily sew it right. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So you notch the center of the sweetheart neckline, that deep side, you notch it, then you pin it down, then you sew. So when you are sewing, you sew from this center to the armhole from both sides, from the center to the armhole of the first side and from the center to the other side. So I went ahead to cover the front with the lining. I went ahead to cover it. Then I'm reshaping this part here. I noticed that the V will not be too deep, like it will not come out well, so I shaped the side a little bit. I think about 3/4 inches upward. You can do more if you want the V to come out very well. So that was what I did over there. So now I'll go ahead and sew this round, but I'll leave some space for the turning. I'll leave some space for the turning towards the side of my bust, so I will show you. So this is the space I left over here, so I'll be using the space here to turn this out. So after turning this out, this is what I have. Then I will go ahead and give this a very good press. So in case you want to add boning to the front, you can also add boning to it, but I want to be very comfortable with this blouse. That's why I didn't add boning to the front. I only added it to the eyelet area at the back. So this is what the blouse is looking like. So I'll go ahead and give it a very good press. So after ironing, I will show you guys what it looks like. So this is the back. I went ahead to join the smaller piece I have to join at that back there. So, and this is my yoke for the back. So this is what it looks like. So I'll go ahead and use a bias tape to turn the neckline, then I will be back. So after using a bias tape to turn this is what I have. So now let's join this other part to the back. So this other part here, so you have to cut 2 of these. So I still have 1 here. I'll still cut 1 more. So this is what it looks like. Like I said, this is 4 inches. So when you now fold it into 2, you have 2 inches. So I'll go ahead and join it like this. Then I'll also join the other side to the lining. So I also join this part here also to the lining like this. So the same thing I did to this side, I'll also cut another one and join it to the other side for the back. No, it is 2. So after joining, this is what I have here. So now we need to shape this side here. So what I'll just do is to just shape it like this. As you can see what I did, I just cut it straight like that. Make sure everything is aligned. As you can see that I'm placing both sides on each other so that it is the same length. One is no longer than the other, so that's why I placed them on each other. So that's okay. So let's leave that for now. Let's fix our yoke. Please, when you are fixing your yoke, please note where the yoke is on your pattern. That is not where it should be attached to the lower part of your back, to the other part of the back, because at first I placed this wrongly on this. So what I'm doing now is wrong. So this yoke should actually start from somewhere around that black material, so that black extension that I added. So that's where the yoke should start from, somewhere around that part. So you have to look at your pattern very well when you want to place your yoke, so that you don't make mistake like me, because I went ahead to join this. It was when I was about to finish sewing the dress I remember that the yoke is not placed correctly. So please don't make that mistake. Note where the yoke should be on your pattern. Just look at your pattern, look at what you drafted, so that you can know what you will do. So the next thing I did was to sew this round. I sewed this round like this. I went ahead to just sew this round. So after sewing it round, I went ahead to just turn it. I left some opening to turn this. I left some opening to turn this. You may be thinking, how will I fix my boning? I will show you how I fix the boning very soon. So I've turned this inside out, and this is what it looks like. As you can see that this yoke is too far apart, like the yoke, so I should have moved it inside a little bit, so I later make the correction. Please don't make that kind of mistake that I made. So on this black material, you go ahead and make 3 lines. So we need half inch, so you sew 1 line, 2 line, and a 3 line, so it should be half inch away. So I went ahead to do that. So at this part here, so I went ahead to open it up a little bit so that my boning can pass. So where I want to pass the boning through it, so I open up the space underneath that side. I've went ahead to sew it round, so I just open up this small space there. So I'll use it to pass my boning, and the boning must be a little bit shorter so that it can like stay inside the back. So I just open it up a little bit, like just a little bit, for the boning to just pass through. So the 2 holes I want to pass the boning through at this part here. So that was where I open it up. If you have other method you can use to fix your boning, you can also use the method, but this is the method I use for mine. So you can also just sew everything, then you just use a bias tape to turn the edge of your blouse, but I don't want to do that because I don't even have a bias enough to turn the edge. So that's why I use this method. So I open up this side here, then I'll just push it back and I will iron it, and the seam will close up. Trust me, the seam closed up. So I'll go ahead and iron this down so that it can be straight, and this is what we have. So now if you look at my yoke now, I've corrected it. I've corrected the yoke. It is now close to this black material. If you look at my back yoke very well, I've made the correction. So you go ahead and join this at the shoulder area. So I'll go ahead and join the shoulder, then I'll also join the side. So you join the shoulder, then you also join the side. If you don't understand any part of this video, you can let me know in the comment section. So when you are joining the side, please start from the lower part, just join it upward. Like you start joining from the lower part upwards. So after joining and ironing, this is what I have. As you can see, the shape, it is shaping. This blouse rather, is coming out very beautiful. So this is my sleeve. I went ahead to join the sleeve with my sewing allowance, and this is what we have. So I'll go ahead now and fix my sleeve, and this is what it looks like. It looks very nice, very nice. So now I'll go ahead now and make the eyelet hole. So make the eyelet hole, make sure everything is the same, and I'll also put an hook and eye at this part here. For this yoke, I will put hook and eye there. So that's what I will do. So make sure that the eyelets you are fixing, they are aligning. So that is the hook and eye, and this is my eyelet. So the next thing I will be doing to this blouse is a modesty panel. So I forgot at first, so I'll be adding this because I don't want to show my back. So I'll be adding a modesty panel right now. So that's what we'll be adding. So this is my fabric. I'm using a crepe fabric for this. For you to know the length of your modesty panel, you can measure it on your blouse, so where you want it to get to. So measure what you want to, like the length of the modesty panel, and for the wideness you can just use about 8 inches or 7 inches wide, and this is on fold, so you just know how to cut. So I'll go ahead and sew this round. Then after sewing and ironing, this is what we have. So now I will place this here. So I want mine to cover from the top of the blouse to the end over there. So I'll sew very close to this black material. There's a line there before, so I'll just follow the line. Then I'll go ahead and just sew it down. So the wideness of this modesty panel is about 8 inches, so that it can cover your back very well. So make sure it is 8 inches. I think my own is not even up to 8 inches and it did not cover well. So make sure your own is about 8 inches. So this is my rope that I have, and this is what the blouse looks like. The blouse came out very fine, very beautiful. It even came out beyond my imagination, like very beautiful beyond my imagination. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe, like, share this video with your friends, drop a lovely comment for me in the comment section. And if you haven't subscribed again, please subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much, and I will see you in my next tutorial. Bye.